Hey guys, Cabo Greg here. Thanks for stopping by, checking out the video. I own a company called Lands End Charters here in Cabo San Lucas. We do fishing and yacht charters, and I've been updating people on what's been going on here and what you can expect and what's going on. And I've been basing these videos on the calls that we get about Cabo and the questions that our guests have. And so one of the questions, of course, is about the COVID testing. As you all probably already know, the U.S. government, the CDC, Centers for Disease Control, made it mandatory that all travelers entering the U.S. from another country must have or provide a negative COVID test. And so the question is, how do I get it? Where do I get it? How much does it cost? That sort of thing. So I'm going to share that with you. Before I do, I just want to make it clear, again, as I always do, that I'm not promoting Cabo. If you're not planning to travel, we completely understand. This is for the people that are traveling. I can tell you that there are people traveling. Our calendars are filling up. Spring break's around the corner. And we've seen three kind of groups of people that are traveling at the moment. Young people, so college-age kids, spring break time, they're planning to travel. People that have been vaccinated, I'm getting more and more calls from folks that have told me that they've already been vaccinated, healthcare workers and things like that, feel comfortable traveling. And then those that have already recovered, that have already had it and recovered, and so they're immune or whatever, and so they're traveling. But it's growing. There's a larger number of people. We had, when this was announced back in late January about this COVID test, our numbers of calls and reservations, and we had a few cancellations because of it. But we're starting to see an increase in calls and activity from people who are looking to travel. A lot of people looking to travel later in the year, like, from June, July on, it looks like. So I know that the numbers in the States have been dropping, which is excellent. And here in Cabo, the numbers have stayed pretty steady. Like everywhere we had a little spike. But as of this morning, I think there was 245 active cases in Los Cabos out of 90,000 people in the population. So that's number still low. So let's get into the testing part. How does that all work? So first thing you should know is all the major resorts have testing on site. They have facilities and staff that can give you the test. They have plenty of tests to administer. And so they'll do it right at the resort. Some of them are free. I think it depends on the resort, how long you're staying, whether you're all inclusive and that sort of thing. But I would check before you reserved your room about their, situation there, if they charge anything. Most of them are charging around $15 to $25 for the test per person. And you can get that right at your resort. It must be done 3 days prior to your departure. So keep that in mind. A lot of people have been telling me that they're getting tested before they come, just to make sure that they're not arriving with the virus. So that makes a lot of sense. They're tested before they come, and then they tested while they're here, and so they're good. Nobody wants to test positive, that's for sure. So a lot of people are testing before they come. Now, if you're not staying at a resort, if you're staying at a villa or a condo or something like that, there are places in town that have testing available. The government of Cabo San Lucas has a website where they list a bunch of hospitals and clinics where you can go get a test. I'll link that below so you can check that out. If you're interested in that, you can find out where to go. But even if you just walk around town, you'll see signs about where to get tested and places that are doing it. And it's not difficult to find. It's not a difficult process, honestly. On top of that, if you're a last minute kind of person like I am sometimes, where you just completely forget, there's rapid testing at the airport. You can get your tests done at the airport with like 30-minute results. They have a little booth set up with medical workers there that you can get your tests done. I think there it costs $30 to get the rapid test. And then you can just take it there and provide it to your airline so you can get home. Now, there's several questions about, quarantines and what happens if you test positive. The honest truth is that there's a lot of information, and I'm not exactly sure how it all works out or what the plan is. There was a plan set, and then that changed with the new administration in the U.S. So I think they're still looking at how that's going to work, like people who've already been vaccinated or people that have already had it, or how that all works. All right, guys. So I was editing the video, and I realized that the CDC updated their website on February 5th. And in here, it states specifically about people that have already recovered. So it says, what if I've recently recovered from COVID-19? And it says that you have 3 months where you can travel with documentation of your positive viral test results and letter from your healthcare provider or public health official that states you have been cleared for travel.
The positive test result and letter together are referred to as documentation of recovery. A letter from your healthcare provider or public health official that clears you to end isolation. Example, the return to work or school can be used to show you are clear to travel, even if travel isn't specifically mentioned in the letter. So if you've already recovered and it's been less than 3 months since your travel date, you can provide a letter from your doctor and a positive test result, and you can avoid getting the COVID test to return home, is what I understand from that. I'll link it below so you can check it out as well. Sorry, I missed that in the first part.
So there's just some questions to be answered. If anything changes, I'll update this video in the comments below about anything that I find out. I'm just trying to provide you with what happens once you're here, where to get the test and how much it costs and how easy it might be to do that. It's really simple, to be honest with you. It's not a difficult process. It's going to cost you maybe a little bit of money, but hey, at least you're virus free, which is the best part. I would tell you guys and warn you that if you're planning or thinking about traveling to Cabo in, say, October, November, December, end of the year, start looking at it now, because the number of requests and calls that we're getting for those months is high. I think, like everyone I talk to, they're ready to get the heck out of their house, go do some traveling, have some fun. I'm right there with everybody on that. So don't wait until the last minute to start booking your stuff, because there could still be restrictions as far as numbers of guests allowed, occupancy rates, things like that, where you might not get what you're looking for. And Cabo is high on the list for destinations for people to travel to from the States. Europe is probably going to be a little more difficult to travel to, and so Mexico becomes number one. And of course, Cabo has been number one in Mexico for a while. So plan ahead, think about it. Most of the resorts and airlines are offering no cancellation fees. Our company, for example, is offering no cancellation fees if you have to cancel due to COVID or some other restrictions. We're offering no cancellation fees or change fees or refunds. I know the airlines are all, that I've heard, have that same policy in place for many of their flights. So look into that, plan ahead, and we hope to see you guys here soon. If you have any questions or want more information, just leave a comment below and I'll do my best to answer those for you. Again, there's some things that I just don't know, and I'm not, a medical person. I'm just giving you what I know for sure from what we're seeing. But if I do have more answers to questions that people are asking, I'll be sure to leave those. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Stay safe. We hope to see you soon.